Hello, everyone. Episode 11, Spark in the Dark. What did I call this
Hello.
one? First Dawn, I think. As we get started, there's a few tiny little announcements I want to make. First of all, you may notice that I look a little bit different. This is my new and improved textured model. I know it's, not as different, but if you can look under my hood, you can see some of my new arcane markings and such. Also, I sort of upgraded some of the animations on the face. I'm tweaking them actively. But otherwise, yeah, still the same, different nonetheless. Speaking of which, any of the maps you see today will be on my Patreon, which probably will be this one. Well, most likely will be this one. I think I actually already, yeah, this one's already out, so this one I already got done earlier. But anyway, I'm rambling on. One final thing, I might want to end a little bit early today just because I'm going out with friends later, so that might be something to keep in mind. So, without further ado, let's get right into things with our recap. Who wants to do it this week for your XG Hero Point?
I could.
Oh, go for it.
Alrighty. So, last week we managed to lie pretty well. Now kids don't lie at home. It's not good for your teeth, or I don't know. It's something about it is bad for you. We managed to finish the trial that the white scaled dragon, Halifax had set for us,
Halifax.
and he awarded us with some of the material he used to create such magical effects. The temperature,
Entropite,
yeah, Entropite, which controlled
Halifax as well.
thermal, which had Halifax, yeah, you get it.
Not to be confused with Resin Knight or VR Chat.
Yes, or the
Inside
city in
joke.
England. But anyway.
Anyways, we were also given the tablet that was stolen from the dwarves by the dragon, and we had to promise not to give it to the dwarves. This was not ideal because we wanted to work with the dwarves, but seeing what it could do in the wrong hands, and agreeing with Halifax's point that it shouldn't go to just anybody, we decided to lie to the dwarves about the whereabouts of the tablet, that the dragon had taken it and left. Meanwhile,
We
we
also
had
have a really detailed lie that they could probably poke holes in later.
Yeah, probably, but hopefully there isn't a later for them to get us with. But yeah, we have it in our back pocket now, and with that, we went up the ravine where those daemons had been, and three of us are seeing the sunlight for the first time. Two more of us are laughing, watching the former three experience the sun for the first time through a little hole in this little creek.
That was right. And you guys also decided to take a rest in this place after, well, quite a while of a travel down from the ravine, or rather up from this ravine, more into this dirt soil, this root warren, as it were. And so, as you all are resting and recuperating, and it also gives you a chance to slowly get accustomed to the light, something strange happens. When you wake up, that light's gone. Something happened to it.
What?
The light went out.
Wait, did we sink deeper? But the ground didn't move. Is it like the Ember Spores? Does the sun burn out?
Ah, looks like the sun burnt out.
I rush
Yeah.
over to the
What?
hole and try to look through it.
All you see is blackness.
Isn't that going to be bad for you guys?
Yeah, we're probably gonna freeze over soon.
We can
What?
just go back down if you want.
Well, that's
I don't
starting to
know.
sound like a good idea.
If you ask me, I prefer it like this. The darkness of the night.
Now I have to know what happened. I can't just turn around now.
Well, they can stay in Lysac. It's fine.
We need to follow that light. I just have a feeling about it. And we have to find it.
I suppose we're bound for that bright, huh?
I think so. I don't really know. I just have a feeling that our destiny is tied to whatever that light is.
Well,
Well,
there's still a far less bright light outside, so don't you worry.
we should go to the surface to see what happened, right? Lead the way, Spores.
Okay, I still don't know which way we're going.
Well, it's certainly not here. This seems to be a dead end.
As you guys round the bends here, I do want to know what your exploration activities are, and if they are, of course, searching, do roll your perception checks.
I believe I'm just on search.
Search for me as
Oh,
well.
oh, my eyes feel so much better after yesterday. Ugh. Yeah, that hurt.
For a while there, you couldn't really see much. But as you guys
Oh, that's
continue
good.
along, you quickly notice, a couple of you in fact, that there is a sound ahead. Something seemingly like stone crashing against stone, crumbling, like some constructed work of stone has fallen down, because you're natural 20s, I can tell you that. Seem to have come from the north, rather than this western path that you begin to see as well. No danger, though.
What's that noise? Huh?
Which one?
The one that is currently occurring.
It sounds like a kobold talking to me.
It's coming from the right.
Which right? Who's right?
The right. The only right.
We're all going the same direction right now.
I mean, you're right, Cal, but is it your right?
I am right. My right.
No. What?
It's my right. Get off me.
Guys,
It's your right to be a fool. Yeah, I know that.
as you bicker among yourselves, begin to realize that this place isn't just a bunch of, warrens between the roots, sort of carved out by the pockets that the trees cause when, dirt moves around underground. In fact, it breaks out through sort of a breakage in the wall here, stone breakage, by the way, into what seems to be a stone room of some sort. Those of you on the surface know this to be, or from the surface, know this to be a burial chamber.
Oh, this is like those little tombs we found under Durzak that were quite terrifying, honestly.
Oh yeah, the river to hell came from a cemetery. Forgot about that.
Wait, so this is that river?
It's probably one of the flows of souls, if you can think of it like if it's water.
I also take a look at this skeleton right here in the smashed open tomb.
Okay.
Is this
Nice
like
meat.
a human or like what? How big are they? Like, what do they look like?
They seem about Starnberg's size, that sort of humanoid size that you guys have been learning about. Seem decrepit. It seems like a lot of this has decayed away. Not necessarily broken into in any sense, but
What big
more...
bones you have.
More, actually, roll me a crafting check.
Got it.
Those of you searching, besides, Cal, because he's investigating, roll me a perception check once more for this room.
I've always wondered, ever since we saw them, why are they called dwarves if they're so tall?
Crafting on Cal. Sorry, I'm doing two things at once here. Okay. Cal, you begin to understand that a lot of this is water damage. Though this place seems decently dry now, there's still, puddles here and there and such. It all looks like it's been built in a watery place of some sort, and the stone has not been or the water has not been too kind to the stone. Though I will say, Spores, as you're near those doors on the left, the double doors of stone, you begin to realize that you think you hear voices on the other side of it. But then they just stopped as well, very quickly, almost as soon as you heard it.
Well, I guess the water got through here at some point.
There's just some people on the other side over there. We should go say hi.
There's people down here.
Well, maybe it might not be people. It might be something else that speaks.
If it speaks, it's people.
Hello, anyone there?
I mean, I just see bones, but do bones talk? I mean, they could.
As far as there's a moment of silence, before you hear, muffled, of course, by the stone,
Shut up! Shut up! Oh, okay, sorry.
silence once more.
Is this how people on the surface greet each other?
It's a bit similar to how Starnberg does it, yeah.
I don't
I think we
sound
might need a
bad.
different approach.
Just go open the doors.
Hear another voice. A little bit of bickering on the other side, imperceptible. Multiple people, certainly. You guys go up to the doors, almost at the same moment. The doors themselves begin to fling themselves open, or, well, push themselves open pretty slowly, but
I was
enough.
absolutely reaching for it, and now I'm
Mhm.
startled.
As soon as you guys are there, they open the door as well. A couple of figures. One very tall, 6'7", sort of hunk of a man, a humanoid man. A goblin of some sort. Again, these are all descriptions that only those from the surface know. And a figure of sort of greenish skin, you know, to be probably half Dromar, half orc.
Oh, hey, a green dwarf.
Hey!
Why is there a tall dwarf and a
You're
tall
so
green dwarf?
tall.
You'll stop right there! Get back! Big one sort of like reaches for that massive blade on the back of him. The other sort of smaller goblin is, again, themselves already armed with these two sort of like wickedly curved blades, nearly lunges out for Sephora's, for a hand on the shoulder comes from the one in the back. Patience, just for a moment. Let them explain themselves. What do we need them to explain? They're here with what we're looking for.
What?
Stop, 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 stop.
I'm confused. What are you all talking about? We just got here. We don't have what you want. Like, how could we?
Roll a diplomacy to make an impression. No, just diplomacy.
So glad I
Alright,
upgraded
he is
the
our
skill.
diplomacy.
Likely story. How can we trust them?
Well, you just said my story was likely, so you can trust me.
They don't have sarcasm from wherever the hell you're from. What the hell are you anyway? You're some sort of spawn of them. Those who...
Spawn of what? We're kobolds.
The other moves aside as the sort of white-haired Dramar, or half-Dramar, steps forward. We're not
So
familiar
they're
with your
warrior orc?
kind, but we know one of your kind. That one. He points at Starnberg. I sense the evil that we know all too well on him.
Evil?
Wait, you guys know each other?
We do not,
I
but
know of their kind. How can
I
we
sort
be
of,
sure that you are not in league with the one who has fled here? And you, yourself, are of their kind.
I mean, I'm not related to him if that's what you're asking.
Why don't you slow down and just explain what you're talking about? Because I think we're all really lost here.
Very well. We will humor you for the moment. But if I sense any whiff of subterfuge, any deception, on that snake's tongue or any of yours, we will not hesitate to strike you down. So, speak. Explain yourselves first, and we will judge.
Alrighty. Well, my name is Tracer. And there's Rask, Starnberg, Cal, and Sulfur. We come from very deep, deep underground. That's where our people live. I'm not gonna tell you exactly where, because I don't entirely trust you. Yeah, I mean, you are kind of being rude upon first meeting us. We are just trying to figure out, something had come from the top of the stream down into our village and caused some problems. We're trying to find out why that happened and keep it from happening again. There was this whole deal with a diseased shark and a curse. We still don't know who cast the curse.
Alright. Are we gonna let them just distract us while their master gets away? Do roll a diplomacy check there, Chesser. As again, the goblin interjects.
Tresser is definitely trying to ramble and waste their time a little bit, so that they're at least at ease.
Hold a moment. Let your blade only wet that one that we seek here. These ones... well, I've never seen their kind before. Except for this one. What, then, would a vampire's underling be doing here, of all places? If you profess to be just simple villagers from someplace far below us.
The answer to your question is simple. I am a wandering doctor. I go where the wind takes me and help the people there.
Help the people. All of them look to each other and scoff. Not one of your kind would dare help those lesser folk that are under your, well, under your control.
If it helps any, we did kill a vampire about a week ago.
If it helps, I can hit him to prove I'm not... I mean, Starnberg, I wouldn't have done this... Well, no, wait, no, that doesn't make sense.
We don't
We
need to
don't
hit
hit
big
friends,
guy.
aren't we?
That's kind of a silly test. No, he joined us. He's not in charge. I actually don't know.
So he is a turncoat to his own kind, then. Let him speak for himself.
I am not in league with the others, as you very much could figure out, yes. I am not a fan of their methods, but as it were, as a part of their hierarchy, I'm forced to play by their rules.
Roll a deception check.
Uh-oh.
It'll be fine.
Their rules? Is this Vampire the Masquerade?
I'll hear about that.
Okay.
Much better.
Okay. It's workable.
I do not choose to believe you out of, well, any trust in your kind. But your compatriots seem to speak true enough. I know that I can never get a full truth from your kind anyway. Have you seen one of your own down here in these warrens?
Yep, we have, but he was not like the ones on the surface.
I speak of immediate matters within these warrens, not under the ground, that, like you profess, far away from
Then
here.
no.
Then no, you have.
We haven't seen anybody else besides you three.
We did just get here.
Well, if they just got here, then what are we doing talking to them? Damn vampire must have gotten away already. You know what he did? Yes. Yes, Minsk. We all know what he did. We all know what he supervised. We're all looking for the same thing. But I know, actually, But that poison of yours is not going to allow him to go very far from here. So we have time, parley, perhaps recruit these interesting sort to our righteous cause.
Speaking of interesting, so you want our help?
Well,
We
this
do not
could be-
require your help, but we require at least that you do not get in our way and, well, prove yourselves. Prove that one vampire would raise their hand against another.
Well, he has already fought one vampire. What is one more? Right, Stormbrick?
Well, he was only halfway
Indeed.
there.
A true vampire is one I speak of. A lord.
What? I have been doing a bit of learning on vampires and other spooky things like that. I
Is
think
a
we
lord
could.
supposed to be scarier than a boss?
I think so. Scale Boss was still pretty scary though. Ugh. Even though he's dead, still spooks me a bit. Uh, um, how about this? We scratch your back, you scratch our back. Is that the thing you say? Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Well,
What do you propose then?
we help you with this, vampire as you seem to. Well, you seem to be describing it as something very grave and serious. And you help us locate whatever caused the curse to occur to us.
What
Well,
is
to
this
our-
curse you speak of?
We have since stopped the initial. We stopped it by killing this diseased shark, but it had initially broken up. That shark went down there, and we journeyed all the way up here to follow a clue about it.
We know nothing of any curse. We will not be able to scratch your back in that manner.
Would the mention of an acorn of some sort help you? Jog your
Oh
memory?
yeah, it's
They look at each
It's-
other but shrug.
on the top of the staff right here.
This is not the objective we pursue. We know nothing of your curse. We are here for Laska Ons Valmark, the former governor of, well, Valmark, our swampy little home here.
Friends, brother, regardless of what we might get out of this, the fact remains, if we help out, we could potentially... They're contacts. They're people that could potentially give us information, any information that we need about the surface. We should probably just do this.
After
Maybe
seeing what
we can-
the Skellboss did to the other kobolds, I will help fight any vampire that's thrown in front of us.
I'm really curious what got him chased into these catacombs.
Sounds like
We-
an adventure.
It was us. We seek vengeance for what he had done to our people. Ensk lost his home. I, well, am simply a follower of the Lord High Exodus, the patron of refugees and orphans. And,
Is it
well,
like a mayor or something?
no, it is deity.
Ooh.
One who deserves the worship of those like I. One who guides us to better pastures when one loses their home to war, famine, disease, or simply becoming a widow or becoming an orphan. I guide those souls in his name. And this is Clavale. Oh, my name is Sojourn. That's Mensk the Goblin. And Clavale, well, they burned down his farm.
Well, whatever that is. Yeah, I can understand being upset about your things being burned down, but
We must not waste any more time. He could be recuperating at this moment. The poison might not last that long.
We're all
yeah,
in top shape.
yeah, we're in good shape. We will. I think it's in both of our interests to hunt down this vampire.
Was there any other passageway that way you came?
No. The veil, opened the way for us, but caved in the entrance. As a result, you told me to open a door and I opened it. One time.
You can help us dig out once we're done down here. There was another tunnel to the west down there.
It's true.
See a little bit
The
of caved in
vampire-
wall to the north, but it seems like a difficult ask to open that up. But to the south, it's open.
The vampire warlock have also just crawled their way down towards the river to hell.
You all search back in the warrens. We will search within this chamber. There are, of course, perhaps secret chambers and all of that.
Well, just yell if you hear or find something, okay?
We shall. And let this be your proof that you are on the right side, and that you surprise us. And she pointedly remarks towards Starnberg.
I'm flattered that I was able to earn your trust.
You haven't yet. Perhaps
I
not
will
ever.
soon enough.
With that, they fan out, sort of pull back some, or work on pulling back some of the sarcophaguses to make sure he hasn't hidden in any of those, feel along the walls, while you guys head south.
See, vampires do sleep in coffins.
So weird.
Is
If
that
this
even
a-
comfortable?
It seems claustrophobic to me.
I kind of figured that they would come out of the water or something.
We're hunting a vampire. We're
I mean,
hunting a vampire.
Scale
I wonder
busted.
who we'll find.
Swords, are you
Yes.
singing?
Oh, no, yeah, let's get ourselves in the mood.
As you all round the bend here, quite readily, quite easily, see a figure hunched sort of against this rock in the far corner of the room here, against some of the walling that is part of the chambers beyond. They hold their side, and some sort of ichor falls from it, darker than blood. Their hair is sort of this streaked white, curly. They wear regal clothes, and Starnberg actually has something very similar in terms of his clothing style. As they hear you arrive, though, they sort of twist their body towards you and quite weakly hold up this fancy rapier. Sort of has a curve to it. You're not them, are you?
Well, a little lost lamb.
Ah,
What's
I didn't expect one of my own kind. I thought they all fled from my governorship, fled from my rightful land.
For what it's worth, I am not one of your subjects, shall we say.
Oh, but you are still of our make, still of our blood, as it were, still of the moon. You would aid a fellow down on his luck, now wouldn't you? I have great riches that you can acquire for yourself. Whatever trade you ply now, I see some bottles and reagents on your side. I can make that 10 times better for you. Laska ons Velmark, at your service.
Rest kind of sneaks back around the corner.
Who are your friends? Sorry, go ahead though.
Gold and such are not of interest to me. Your offer is, I shall say, insulting to a degree. You take me as the kind to be placated by simple riches.
Oh, I
Is that your
don't
bro-
mean to placate you by my riches, no. I seek to gainly employ you.
Well, we do work for coin. we would probably be more interested in resources, as it were.
Resources. Well, my realm, which I had been bid to govern, Valmark. It may be just a simple swamp to your eyes, but it hides special resources, far flung from. And he mentions your hometown. I just blank on the name.
Björnsen.
Bjornsson. Far flung from Bjornsson. Everything around there has been so quickly and deftly scraped from the land. Here, it's wild, it's untamed, and its people as well, untamed, wild, don't know any better, don't know what we can provide for them. They've revolted against my rule.
My. Then perhaps it should be in our best interest to restore order, wouldn't it?
Naturally, you understand that order prevails over all. Our order, our perfect order, the way things ought to be. We can return it to that. We can return to Bjornsson as heroes. I have nobody left. They've all fled my service. They do not understand, like you understand, the value of resources like this.
And yet, I can't help but wonder how your perfect order, your governorship could have led to your subjects revolting.
Oh, but you know all the better. You know that even in a perfect order, one's own kind may work against them. It's not that this flock was able to break from their pens, hypothetically, of course, or poetically, as I mean. No, it's that the wolves fight amongst themselves for the scraps and break apart the easy pickings. Let them go free while we scrape over smaller matters.
I'm sorry to speak up here, but we've seen what your kind do.
What do you
No.
mean, our kind? One of them stands before you. You walked into this room with them.
He's a bit of a. I don't know the word. Not runt. Well, he's smarter at least.
You'll have
Smarter.
to apologize. You'll have to excuse them. They've only seen a newly minted creature. One who doesn't play by the rules, and one who doesn't know the rules.
You know the rules. You'll teach them. You are, after all, in control here.
Hey, what are the rules anyways?
It would be a bit of a lengthy thing to explain that here, but fact of the matter is, we don't really go out to just hunt, as it were.
Hunt. Yes, of course. Have you seen my assailants? 3 of them. Chasing me down. Some poachers.
Yes, we have met them. They're just around the corner, as it were. Would be an easy thing to just expose you and, I don't know, perhaps claim a little haven for myself. He cocks a grin at that.
Oh, of course, I couldn't have expected any loyalty, any pride from even my own kind. No. What will it be then? Since you have me in such a position, you can't just take over. No. This is an appointed position. You don't have the resources to, well, take it all from me. You can't just slay me here. I'm more useful to you alive. Or, well,
Are you even useful?
I have connections back home. I have resources. I have those still loyal to me. Not exactly the same kind of a loyalty as you, well, understand. But, loyalty nonetheless.
And your resources and your connections are exactly what I'll be looking for. As long as you swear that you will assist us in the future and won't betray us, perhaps we can say that where you went was further down inside rather than right next door to them.
As this is going on,
No, I don't
Rask
We
has
should have spared this
disappeared.
person.
Yeah.
Rask, what were you doing during that time?
Sneaking out to go collect the other three.
You step into the
Yeah.
room. Where are your friends? What happened?
Keep your voice down. Follow the wall, the right-hand side wall. You'll find your prey up against a rock. My friends and the big guy have him cornered. They're talking to him right now.
Very well. They sort of filter in and listen to things. We continue, Starnberg. What were you saying? Repeat it.
Excuse me, I actually forgot what I was saying. um, if you can swear your loyalty to us and promise us your resources and your connections, perhaps we can make sure that these three around next room will hear that you ran down further inside.
Then I accept graciously. You have the aid of House
I have
Ons Valmar.
nothing to do with this.
Hey, are we like letting this happen?
No.
Can he do some bad stuff? Yeah, that's bad.
If we let him go, he'll probably go deeper and destroy our people.
There's one thing you need to do. You're a doctor, you said. Extract this poison. It keeps me from escaping into a mist. Silvered. I cannot escape without it.
Aye, if you're lucky you got one of the few ones with medical knowledge. I shall take care of it.
Starnberg, if you're doing this, you can go with him.
Now,
Your
but
little friends are offended. Get control of them.
I'm not one to take control, as it were. I prefer, well, people like these, ones I can rely on, and who have their own little things to them.
Over here. They're hearing this conversation. What is your friend? Are you sure that you've allied with the right person? Or have they fooled you too?
I don't know. I thought he was on our side.
Let us not let it happen. They start bursting into the room. Once a vampire, always a vampire. You will not fool us with your games. You will not try to play both sides. Only until it benefits you. Your loyalty lies with your own kind first and foremost. This we know for certain.
My loyalty lies with me and me alone.
Starnberg, you have your tools out.
What?
It's a quick syringe that you could easily extract this sort of localized poison with. What is your choice?
You don't want to do this.
So, he looks over his shoulder towards the governor. Seems like the tables have turned. I'm afraid it will have to be this way. And he puts his tools away and draws
He
his weapon.
snatches for your tools before you have a chance to pull them away. against your
Whoa.
reflexes. He's wickedly fast, as you know a true vampire is. As his hand is gripped onto that syringe, that sort of extraction device, he slams it into himself in that moment. I'll remember this. All of you. You damn fool. Turns to mist and disappears. He gave him the chance. He took it. You idiot! We had him right there, and you gave him the tools to his salvation.
What have you done?
I have merely done what I do. I help people.
He's no person.
Yeah,
Your kind are no people at all. You're an abomination on the face of this planet. You burned down our villages. You killed my family. Burned my farm too. They all
Sharp words.
raise their weapons.
Sharp words, sharp words. And yet, I have seen no concrete proof of any of my kind to be behind what you claim.
No more silver words from you. I'm gonna cut it out.
Hey, that's not fair. It's not his fault, you know?
You would still defend him after what he has done?
Friend.
Whose side are you on? Really?
I'm just doing
You
what,
just freed a monster.
Swords,
I'm just
you
doing what
saw.
comes naturally. Stormbreak's my buddy. I've known him for a while now. I'm sure you got a good reason.
Then go stand by his side to be slaughtered.
Hey, it's not my fault either.
If
I
I
didn't
may,
do any burning.
And run off. Either you're with us or against us. You cannot sit idly by in this war. Against
I may-
tyrants, overlords, destroyers, creators of suffering. Like him.
Starnberg,
Yes.
why would you help somebody who has probably harmed a ton of people?
These fools say a lot of things, but my kind are not the ones to harm tons of people, no.
Well, we did fight another vampire who was sacrificing people, so
yeah. Did you forget about all that?
Yes, but you may remember, or you may recall
you
that
forgot?
you may recall that I do not operate by whatever the hell he was doing. I am a vampire, half a vampire, and yet, as you can see, I am far less barbaric in my methods and far less, shall we say, aggressive in pursuing my meals.
Your meals.
you're not really helping your case here, buddy.
What I'm trying to say is, I'm not as monstrous as these people make out to be, and don't let that blight that you saw down there be a stain against my kind. He was an outlier, one who has no reason to his methods.
Hey, Tresser.
Yeah?
Did the skill boss sacrifice any people before he became one of those things?
Many.
Oh, you're not helping this case either.
Sounds like the same thing we've heard all times before. They flick their silvered tongues. They try to mince their words. They try so hard to beg for their lives. They don't live. We are just ending something that shouldn't have continued.
I can't believe
Come
I.
on. I'm sure we can all be friends here.
Well, this one's a half-breed, so he can't really escape, can he, like the other? But I came for vampire flesh, and I'll have my chunk of flesh.
Wait, hold on.
You with us, or you against us? Choose your side, damn it.
Do you see me helping him at the moment? I'm just saying that we can maybe probably hunt this guy down for you guys instead then. We're going to clear the surface. We'll be traveling.
How could we ever trust you after what he did? If you continue to travel with him, he was prepared to give him the Laska a way out. And now he purports, oh, he just stole it from my hand. He was giving him it.
You took it out.
Well, if you heard as you were coming over here, the fancy guy said that he was going to remember this and probably try to kill us later. Is that not indication enough that he is not our ally or our friend?
So occurs for those who try to play both sides.
Which is exactly what Starnberg was doing. You were absolutely going to help him until I brought the reinforcements.
I'm a doctor.
We trusted
I
you.
want to remind you that helping people is simply in my nature. Whether they be my own kind or yours, I've patched your wounds plenty of times and have asked for no recompense.
Many have made their words heard. I'll say, of course, because Tresser has the diplomacy check, he can be backing up something or not. Tresser,
Ooh.
it is your
Oh,
choice here
goodness.
to try to simmer things down. Try a very hard check, by the way, to convince them that you are going to help and you are going to hunt down this vampire.
Tresser is not sure. He went out on a limb to trust Starnberg against his better knowledge. And he was proven wrong. Tresser isn't sure whether or not he's gonna defend Starnberg.
Without your defense and with that, unless anybody else wants to try to roll a diplomacy check to try to simmer things down, to try to get things to revert back to what they were,
I'll give
they
it
are
a go.
going to raise their weapons. Okay, Sforce.
Let me just go ahead and hero point that.
Okay.
I'm gonna be so cool about this. Just watch.
Oh,
Not 20.
it got better.
Not very good though.
That is still below the will DC of Sojourn. No. I am pure in my faith. I know that this is the right choice. You should choose your friends better.
Wait, didn't you say your god was about refuge? People
Refuge
seeking-
for those who have been caused harm, forced to flee their homes, one way or another. Yes.
Is he not in a way a refugee from his own people in a way? He's half of one, right? I'm sure he's rejected by many.
I can very much confirm that.
Roll a religion check.
Oh boy,
Or anybody else who has religion can help as well.
I've got religion.
I'll
I have
eat that.
fishing. Will that help?
I'll hero point that.
Okay. Again,
I'll eat
you
that.
guys are in a spot where these are going to be very difficult.
Rip.
Dresser, I
have
usually
shots.
let the higher roll take over on an aid check.
Oh.
21. Unfortunately, it's still below their religion DC.
Well, I tried.
I am sorry. Stand aside or stand with your once friend. We will not allow them to leave here.
Aw, shucks. That's a right, Shane.
They all
I've
raise
only
their weapons.
gone along.
I've helped you through your. I've helped patch your wounds, and this is my thanks.
Who else is joining the combat?
You betrayed us.
I've
Professor
betrayed
is-
no one.
I mean, he betrayed these people.
Who is on whose side, I should ask? For the purposes of combat.
I'm a swing voter. I'll hop in if there's like
Oh goodness.
at least 2 other people.
I think I'm with Sojourn.
So, do you need some art?
We'll see how things play out. Cal, Tresser,
I
and
can't
exit the
trust.
room.
I'm not gonna rage for this, by the way.
Okay.
Have my own.
Chester's too conflicted to take a side on this.
Cal steps out as well.
Alright, that assumes 4 steps away.
Good luck, Starberg. Believe in you.
As far as you can be a guide for the surface still, right?
Alright.
They raise their weapons. Let's begin the combat.
I'm gonna stay down here just so I can see.
Sure. Put on some music. Enough of this. Clavale raises their great sword, rushes into the room, swings.
Starberg makes no motion to defend himself. He simply lets them attack him. Not even drawing his weapon.
Misses, just barely. Unless you are specifically, purposefully allowing
No,
yourself
I'm
to be
not
hit.
purposefully letting myself get hit, but I'm. Yeah.
Still playing games with us? Come on!
I'm not. I assure you, I'm not like these. Like this others. I'm one who helps, and I'm one who helps regardless of who of who they are.
Damn it, why isn't he fighting back?
Rask.
I bring out my aura. And this leads to a stream of water flinging in an arc over towards Starnberg.
Okay. That will hit. Naturally. It blasts into you. You take 3 points of damage from Rask.
He winces at that, but continues to take the assaults.
And his second attack.
That hits.
Hold on. +9? No, it doesn't hit. That's a
It still hits because he's
15?
not defending himself.
oh 15. 15 hits.
He's not defending himself, so yes, it will always hit.
Okay. 7 damage. I do not slight him. Damn it! What are you doing? Fight back!
There's little point in fighting back at this. I am very much outmatched, but I assure you, for every life that my kin harm, I make sure to save too. He medicines himself.
Okay. Do a battle menacing yourself. Go to Sojourn. I had never seen one of their kind not fight back. Not so desperately cling to their facsimile of life. Lower your weapon, Clavale.
What?
But he's, as far as I can tell, not at fault for any of our troubles. Do not strike down one just because they are a kin of another.
You can see tears kind of starting to stream down Rest's cheeks.
Especially one who does not fight back. One who is innocent in these regards. One who seemingly is not welcome with his own kind as much as the others are. I can't in my right mind strike him down. Relax your weapon. Do it. Fine. Damn it! All this for nothing! That ends the encounter.
Stomach
drop my-
wipes away some sweat.
I drop my aura as well. And just kind of like stand there limply.
I'm glad at least one of you has the sense to see mercy.
Mercy is for those who are innocent. From what I can tell, you are innocent. But he let them get away.
It was...
Don't know what game he was playing, but remember what that vampire said of his own kind. That they play games with each other, that they're at each other's throats. Who are we to say that this one is not an enemy of our common enemy? Truly.
I do... Oh, no, admittedly, I do agree that my kind tends to be Clarence. To callously push around those beneath them, and it is something that bothers me to no end as well. It's been something I've been meaning to change. But I'm simply a lone man on a lone mission.
You would do best to choose your allies wisely. We are for the people. We aid them, help them, have our bones to pick. That we do. But we understand the greater evil here. If we are to secure the aid of you and your allies, fighting this greater evil, then so be it.
Are you absolutely certain that this vampire was the one who caused the problems that you're dealing with?
We are very certain. Gather your allies. We'll tell you the story. What has happened here in Valmark.
Okay, everybody come back. We've stopped fighting. Well, I welcome to Starnberg.
S'mores was just stacking rocks the whole time. He kicks it over. He comes over.
Big guy, hold still. Do as I say.
Oh, hey, everyone's friends after all. Nice job, Starnberg. I knew you could do it.
I throw a punch to his chest.
Well, he just puffs out his chest and lets the punch land flatly.
I kind of like then wander away, kind of like, ow.
Guys, just small beings.
You guys didn't kill him, huh?
Why do you sound disappointed about that?
I'm not disappointed.
Their kind plays myriad games. Again, we cannot know for certain he was not, again, using both sides in this. We know for certain that he is not our enemy. We know for certain that he is not, or was not, that vampire's enemy, but you do recall what that vampire did say on their way out. And we do recall what you were saying. You were turning it back on him. Understand that maybe we can help each other. No. We promised you information. We didn't exactly get what we wanted for this information, but we'll tell you what's going on up above. Valmark is the region that you are underneath at this very moment. It is far flung from centers like Bjornsson, as they discussed. We were recently attacked and overtaken by the forces from Bjornsson. Another enterprising family wishing to stake their claim in far-flung regions. But they could not control of our people for very long. We're a hardy people. This is a cold place. We know how to survive. We know how to struggle. We are stubborn. We will not let our people be ruled over by tyrants that do not know of our ways, of our culture, of our gods. And after one too many provocations, Minsk's village refusing to be taxed, burned down as a result. Prevail losing his farm to some eminent domain that they claimed to build some manor atop his family's home. Pittance was granted to him in recompense, but not nearly enough. And I heard of a place that people were fleeing from, searching refuge from tyrants, and I knew that I could not make a difference within the inner regions, the powerful nations of the vampires that are sort of in the center of our continent. I could help in a place where their reach is stretched thin. So here I am, by the bidding of Exodus. My God, my Lord. You are underneath one of our, burial grounds.
I don't understand why you bury people underground. It's better to burn them. Like we do.
Soul
That's a bit
enters
bad for the
the...
environment.
Why would you burn them?
It's easier. Cleaner, actually, than fucking stuffing people in the ground.
Well, it depends on the embalming method and where you do it. There's a lot of ways you can speed up decomposition and
No, that is
Yes, I guess.
something I have been trying to tell him, to be honest, but... Yes, this is a burial ground.
Just put them in the water.
In the water. In a swamp like this, they will be embalmed. That is the worst possible outcome for the dead. They must have a body that is, separated from them in some way, either through decomposition or, yes, through burning. But I believe, my God believes, that burial is a little bit more of a slow and easy process on the soul. To allow them to meld with the earth and go down below to the light that resides within this world. And I do believe as well, and I know you disagree with this, you disagree all the time with me on this, Minsk, but when a body burns, its ashes float into the air, closer and closer to the void above. We don't want that darkness that is surrounding our world.
Void above? There's a void above the world?
Yes, that is where the vampires draw their strength, their power, the
Oh.
night.
It's the last thing I needed to hear today.
Only by the grace of all the gods do we even have a sun, a light, for just even half the day that we can, thrive under while the vampires hide. But luckily as well, the vampires don't have control over all the world. We hear of other places, other land masses, across the seas where they do not have as much control.
Are there land masses across the seas?
Yes. Far and away from the troubles of our land.
Wait, Just how big is that place up there?
Up above, it stretches across the surface of the world, as far as the eye can see, round and round it until you come back to where you started.
You know how big all of the underground is? It's like that.
Encompassed by the world above. Sort of like the boughs of a tree. The branches above sort of protect the world below. The roots, as it were. Your kind are not ones we have seen before, but you may be from a different continent or somewhere underground that we've never seen before, so ours, Valmark, is always a place for the lost to find their home.
Yeah, we are from underground.
You seem suited to it, in a way.
Yeah, fairly well.
Do I seem suited to it?
You all do. Your squat forms, your protective scales. Seems
It's really funny
likely.
because I'm not from underground.
We have not encountered you above, but we will take your word for it. Now, if you have other questions, you seem to need to know a lot about our world.
They are new to it.
Well, yeah, we've never
The
been
first
there.
foray.
They do have 2 first-hand guides, but more perspectives is always fun.
I admittedly haven't been able to lecture them, and I think if I had lectured them, you would probably assume that I would have told them lies.
Perhaps. But there is always a sparkle of truth in every word one says. You just have to discern it. Nevertheless, we have been operating as guerrilla fighters for quite a while, and we have recently gained the upper hand. The one that it allowed to escape Lasker on Svalmark. We ambushed a caravan of his. On the rare occasions he leaves his fortified manor. We were slaughtering his guard while he was making a hasty retreat. Not before, well, Minsk was able to stab him. Use him with a silvered poison. Keep him from misting away as they so often can. It is funny that one of the metals they so often covet and, well, dress their surroundings in is also their weakness.
What metal is that?
Silver.
Oh,
They seem to have a kindred connection to it in some way, but it is, as many things are, a double-edged sword. It may cut as much as they covet it.
I see.
And I cut him good.
I have some silver.
Do you have any idea where this guy might have gone?
Unfortunately, he can go far in that mist form. We'll have to restart our search for him. Another time, we will prevail. We just did not expect this disturbance in our plans. So, you know who we are. We have a camp, a few other fighters nearby in some of the forests. You'll find us by, well, You'll find us. You're good trackers. We can't exactly reveal our position in any way. It's difficult to describe. Just head westwards once you exit this place. You'll find us.
Westward. Okay.
But we must reconvene with our allies. Yeah, well, I kinda caved us in here. I'll go work on that then. Come with us.
Sounds like something you could help with, Pressor. Could be fun.
Sure. Yeah, we can see about that.
So anyways, what would happen if you swallowed that chunk of silver, Steinberg?
I don't know, but I thought it would be pleasant.
Cal just kind of eyes Starnberg.
Stubbick gives him a very angry glare in return.
I was trying to help you, you know. You should be glad I didn't stick around.
Stubbick lowers his voice to a whisper so the companions don't hear. And you're lucky I didn't bring up our little empowerment earlier.
Listen, if you bring that up again, you're going to regret it.
Well, I haven't.
Oh, damn it. I really did this in. It's gonna take a long time.
What about over here?
Oh no, I got it.
This wall looks weak over here.
You'll want to go that way, sure, but no guarantees there. We'll work on this, you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
work on that.
Okay.
Oh, now that you've said it, I really want to see what's behind that too. Pressor, can you?
Yeah. This one up here?
Yeah.
Just let me get my little thing. Change that piercing and swing. Yeah. Ow.
Sort of clangs and reverberates in your hand for a moment. You didn't really
Yeah.
hit at a good spot to make any cracks or anything like that.
Ow.
Can I try using really, really like sharply focused water to help?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like try to water pick at it and stuff.
Mm-hmm. You guys are working on it there. You make some progress here. Starting off. Picking at it, going at it. I don't need you guys to roll attack rolls necessarily, since we could just keep doing it. It just takes you a little bit. Maybe 10, 15 minutes as you're whacking away at it. Before finally it begins to crumble, and you can see into the other chamber.
Stubbick makes a show of being petty and not helping at all.
Almost immediately, you see signs. Strange signs. This webbing is strewn across the many roots around this room. Bundles of it sort of are sequestered in corners of it.
Can I look
Yes.
at some of the web and make an esoteric lore check about what would make such a thing?
We have spiders down there?
We have spiders. It's gonna be on spiders and maybe what kind of spiders are here.
Esoteric spiders.
Yeah, you have spiders.
Cool.
Oh yeah, there's sea spiders. You probably like caught them fishing.
What's going
Probably ate
on
one.
here?
If they were in the water, yeah, I probably ate it.
So, as you were looking around, as you were with your esoteric lore there, you're pretty sure that this is the den of spiders. You can be sure of that because of the webbings. But you're not sure exactly what kind of spiders these might be. They look like maybe there's going to be a lot of them, judging by the size of things and how much of the cavern is, well, taken over by the webbing. But you're not even sure that they'll be aggressive in any way. You do see
Is this a dead body?
some sort of bundle that's been webbed over. You're not sure what it is. You'd have to get closer to examine it.
What's that thing back there? Go check it out.
Suppose it wouldn't hurt to take a look, as long as we don't mess around too much.
Oh, I bet it's a body.
Those don't look like sleeping bags. Aeon, what do I remember with my lore check?
I told you. That was the
Swords is
information I
closer.
told you.
And now
Earlier.
he's looking.
Oh, that's what that was. Okay.
Yes. Those guys are fanning out, sort of flashing your torch around. Roll your perception checks. As you're looking at that, as you're poking at its force, it does seem to be some sort of carcass, but not of humanoid make. It seems to be a deer, some large creature, actually, from above. Only you would recognize, or Stormberg. A deer.
Huh.
You only have a moment
Start.
Joe?
to examine.
Oh boy.
Or clambering down from the many sort of little crenulations in the roots above that allow them to get onto the surface, these many spiders notice that you are here now as you've stepped into the room, and they don't look like they're too happy for you to be here. I need your initiatives.
Oh boy.
You've got that fireball, reusable fireball, right?
I do.
Oh,
I can't use it to the left, but maybe to the right if... That's interesting. So they're all... Yeah.
oh
They're
dear.
all very fast.
Oh dear.
They
That's
seem
cool.
Oh,
to have
dear.
gotten the complete jump on you guys. As they all rush out from above, they will be moving because they have to climb down it. So that's their first action. Second action... Actually, before they climb down, this one is going to shoot a web down at Tresser. A spindle on their back. But you're able to see that coming. It sort of telegraphs it in the way before it clambers down and goes for a strike with its fangs. Missing that one too. We go to this one. One that seems a little bit larger than the rest. It also will shoot a web towards Rask here, trying to entrap them. But again, Rask, you're quick enough to avoid it, even though they rush up and go for a fang strike. As they do, they will be hitting you as they sort of rush up with a speed that you weren't prepared for 5 damage, and I need a fortitude save, as they certainly bring with them some venom.
Alright. Piercing, I cannot block that. Fortitude.
22, you'll be just fine. You're able to sort of push back against it before the poison can take hold. Going to this one here, it is going to not worry about doing the web and just rush in with its fangs. Biting towards Spores, barely missing as Spores, you just notice it coming, you're able to push it back for the moment. It goes back in for another lunge very quickly, which will hit you just barely.
Not nice.
As this one sinks its fangs in, you dealt another 5 damage. I need a fortitude save. Unfortunately for you, you do start taking the poison damage. 1d10 and off guard as this poison courses through you, makes you a little bit woozy, a little bit weaker, a little bit less able to defend
That's
yourself.
nasty.
That'll be that one's turn. And on that one's turn is when you'll make your fortitude saves again. This one will go in for the advantage here on Spores. Goes for the strike. And hits again. For 4 points of damage there. But I don't believe with multiple doses you do...
It does.
Does, yes. So roll me your fortitude. Give yourself a hero point, and
toxicologist
everyone a
knowledge.
hero point. Sternberg, 2 hero points for you.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Be able to defend yourself against it, knowing that it could just only get worse. Because for another nibbling bite, though you turn around and sort of kick at it, defending yourself. Finally, this one is once again going to try to shoot a web trap at Tresser. This one actually does hit. You become immobilized, as you can't really get away from it, sort of sticking you to the ground there. You can use the escape action as you would normally do with grabs, if you want to. Then it will move here to get into a flank. Flank that you will have a little bit harder time getting out of now, but it does miss. That'll be all their turns as they start swarming around you all, and you're sort of backed into each other here. Spores, what do you do?
So I have two ideas. Either we could all rush out and either we could all rush out and collapse the wall behind us, or we could all rush out and fireball the place. Which one does everyone like more?
A little stuck here. But yeah, getting out. Getting out's a good idea.
Here's my suggestion. We could like all delay until after Tresor, so we can like at least see if he's going to be able to escape before we do anything.
You could.
Or if we, like, start
This is
blasting.
actually a good point, or a good spot for a team to be in. You can all delay for each other.
Yeah.
I'm up for it.
Alright.
Sounds like a really
So-
good plan, actually.
I'll just push Tresser to the top and revert it to
Okay,
his
yeah.
turn. Tresser.
Alrighty. First, I'm gonna try the escape. Is that athletics or?
That would be acrobatics, athletics, or your unarmed attack modifier, whichever is higher for you.
Unarmed attack modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be the +8, or does it not get
Plus
proficiency?
8.
Okay.
That is proficient. You just aren't giving a +1 from the potency rune on the pick. But, nevertheless,
Yeah,
you
with
are
MRs.
able to just brute force your way out of this goo that's sticking you there. You're freed.
Alrighty. Second, I'm going to do an exploit vulnerability on one of these spiders to learn about them.
Mm-hmm. Well, alright. You know everything that there is to be said about them.
Oh. Okay, so that's some... that's not appropriate for right now. I'm not going to tell you guys about the spider fact. I am going to get out. My third action is to stride out of here.
Okay. Also, what is your two things you want to know about them because of diverse lore?
Low save and special abilities.
So the lowest save on these spiders is easily their will. They're not
Yeah.
very smart. And their special ability, let's see. Nothing really that matters that you haven't seen. You do realize that these guys have imprecise tremor sense to detect vibrations of creatures touching their web, though, which is basically this whole room. But yeah, nothing particularly special. Alright, you rush out. Swords, over to you.
Sforce starts by casting a frostbite on the big spider
Mm-hmm.
because it seems like it might be a bit heftier and a single fireball might not be as good at removing it.
Okay. It will roll its fortitude save. They don't look exactly the best at, being strong and hefty. They have sort of spindly legs and stuff, but they still push through it as much as they can.
It's the way it be sometimes.
Half damage there. Still, something to them.
And then it's going to get out of dodge.
Mm-hmm. Rush as
Oh, right,
quickly as
after
you
8
can.
feet. Nice. Alright, that's all for Sforce's turn.
Starnberg.
Stamberg is enraged. One wonders where that rage might stem from.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing at how things are going and what the plan is, he is going to stand his ground at the door here, and suppose I'll try and intimidate one of the spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing as I don't have much option at range, I'll go for the one top right, in the top left there.
Sure thing.
Moralize.
Yeah, go ahead. Not exactly the most intimidating to these spiders. I don't really sense it.
uh, that's all it's gonna be for my turn.
All right.
You tell
So
them
then-
that you'll suck their blood. You realize they don't have blood and only hemolith.
Rask.
Being barehanded, Fireball's going to take 3 actions, so I'm going to have to get away this turn. So 2 actions are going to get me across, because I gotta, yeah.
You could
Oh,
hand the
no.
fireball to Cal and then like move.
And then Cal would Fireball himself.
No, Cal will have 1 action to move out and then fireball. That's how it would go, right?
Yeah. You could do that.
Not to like not to say you have to do this. It's just
Oh,
that's how
that
I
might
see
actually
the
work then,
economy.
yeah. So I have to draw, I have to ready it, hand it over. Wait.
Draw, then give it over, then use your last action to leave the room.
I
And
could
Cal
leave.
can use 1 action to leave the room, and then it's his second and third to do the fireball.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
If Cal's up for it.
Sure.
Pull it
Okay.
out, stuff it into Cal's hands, and then just rush out of the room.
1, 2, 3.
Here,
4,
hold this
5.
bomb.
It's Cal, you.
How does this thing work? Let me get out of the room first.
Yes, yes.
Oh my gosh, I just got the same bug that.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. No problem.
So how's everybody's night going?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Well, I almost got killed by my teammates, but good so far.
I helped.
I helped.
Can you just move me out of the room and
Yeah, I got you. I got
can you post the thing?
Who has the bomb?
I do.
All right.
Let me
post it.
get it.
And Cal will throw it in the room in such a way that it wouldn't hit his teammates.
Yeah, that's easy enough to do.
I'm gonna reload again.
Because the effect is actually frozen lava. It's just a permanent version of frozen lava, but it says it detonates as a fireball, and you can do it within 70 feet. So let me see. Its fireball is 20-foot burst. I think you can fling it in the back there and not hit anybody. Yeah. So, as all of you are rushing out, Rask fumbles with it, just hands it over to you because you're all sort of pushing against each other to get out of there. Before the spiders can really catch up, you send this eternal eruption flinging towards them. I'll make them all roll this reflex save. It crashes into the room, filling it with this magmatic explosion. Most of them, except for the one on the left, fail. And, well, you see parts flying out of the room from all of them, except for that one in the corner that, at this point, is just going to skitter up into a hole and run away, trying to survive, as all of its sort of webbing burns away and the room is alight with it for a moment. The roots are too tough to really catch fire, though, specifically. That is the end of that encounter. Give yourselves 80 experience points there.
Ah,
I really like this thing, Rask.
me too.
Quite handy
Wow.
when you
Yeah.
have to deal with a
That
lot of spiders.
did a lot.
You folks have fun looking at these cadavers.
Will do.
I've had my fair share of them already.
Don't look around. You do actually realize that these cadavers are not any humanoids. Large animals, big beavers and deer, and the odd sort of coyote. Or like
Ooh, I
small
hope the,
dogus or fox, probably more likely in this region.
I hope the populations of these things don't get out of control now that we've gotten rid of a predator.
What are these things? What are these things?
There's animals from the surface. It's just what they look like up there.
They're so freaky.
Weird. It's
Yeah, I guess they are kind of different compared to down there. Everything you've got down there is just like a cave version of something we've got up here.
How do they get the creatures? There must be like holes or something up high where we can't reach. Weird.
You guys did notice as well. There was a set of roots that was sort of blocking the way to another set of area in the tunnel. You can sort of peek through some of the cracks there.
Is there anything we can like see from beyond the cracks just from peeking?
A tiny glimmer of light. Just glisten.
Hey, look, there is a way down.
But these roots seem to jealously defend it, whatever it is. Almost making a wall of roots.
Need me to clear the way, Spores?
No, don't do that. Spores whispers to the roots and asks them politely to move.
Okay, roll me a diplomacy check. or a nature check. I kind of like using nature for it instead.
Rask watches, absolutely fascinated.
You whisper to them. Your innate ability to confer, well, your good intentions to it. And, well, realizing that somebody else is holding a torch in the room, the roots seem, in their own way, to relent. They sort of sag. They sort of untighten, as if this musculature that was stopping the way forward slackens. It allows you to pass. Or allows you to at least push past them.
That was incredible.
Spore says thanks to them and gives them a little sip from his foreskin. And then keeps going.
Well, I guess let's scout this out, and if it turns out good, we can tell the others.
A little bit of a hallway here. For hard to see the source of that glimmer. It seems to be a gravesite. One that, though, seems out of place here. It seems a little bit covered in dirt. And as you look above that gravesite, you think you see starlight glimmering through. Specks of light out in the void.
I drop my water aura, and I look up.
You look up, quiet night. You don't just see those glimmering lights, those sparks, but you also see, or also hear, the sound of the night. It is always so very quiet, day or night, your versions of day or night in the Ember Shroud. Not a lot is, making itself known in those caverns, but up above it seems like everything is singing. Night and perhaps day too.
Rask looks almost catatonic at first.
Hello, Raz.
He just stares.
Spores flips one of his ears up like you would do to a beagle.
What is all that?
Sounds like the crickets. Or the flies.
What was that?
what? Weird
Probably a
sound.
coyote or a wolf. There's one of those back there. Do you want to take a closer look at one in person?
As you guys are looking up, Professor, you're looking down at that source of light. Skeleton
Oh.
seems to cling to an old amulet. I know it says Saren Ray, but yeah, you're not exactly sure of this sort of
Ooh.
sun-shaped medallion's true purpose or its religious affiliations. But it always glimmers with a light on.
That's so cool.
You have to cast a spell to activate this, or it lets you cast a spell?
You activate cast a spell means that you do have to have the ability to cast spells, but I think for you specifically, I think it's fine.
Oh, I just like use a charge to have it cast a spell? Or
It doesn't
No.
have charges, it's more like it has one use of each spell on it.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
one use each per day for you.
oh,
Mhm.
one per day for each spell. Yeah.
Less complicated.
Subtle foreshadowing of more undead in our future.
I could definitely use this, I think.
Looks at the vitality damage, looks at camera.
Ooh. Ooh, yeah, that... I mean, it only affects undead, so that yeah, it's situational. And then the
Would you
orb...
really defile this tomb for personal gain?
Of course!
What do you mean?
This looks like a very important thing. Well, why leave it in this hole? I mean, this poor soul
wonder
has
who
already
this
passed
is.
on. Wouldn't he rather have this magic and useful amulet be used for good rather than just sitting in here with his decomposing body?
I feel somewhat offended you would arm yourself with anti-vampiric equipment.
Why?
I mean, if you didn't give us a reason to.
Well, it's not just anti-vampiric, it's also anti-undead. Or zombies, I guess. Ghouls.
Yeah, it's not
Lots of things we can defend
exclusively
ourselves from
against-
that are not vampires.
Well,
Not
Stormbreak,
exclusively against the traitor.
you made us a new vampire enemy, so it's best we be prepared for it.
Yeah, given the vampire, does anybody else think they could use this better? Or, I mean, I think I could do pretty good with it.
I don't know if I'd be able
We
to
can figure it out.
draw out whatever power is in it, so I guess it's probably you then.
Alrighty.
Unless Schwartz wants it or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I've got plenty of spells. I could also just blast them with a heal.
Yeah, and I can use this little amulet. Oh, it looks good.
Schwartz is curious though, who exactly is in this tomb and why are they like separate from the others?
Well, looking at it, he's half buried, and there's a hole in the ceiling that doesn't seem like a specifically created hole.
Oh my goodness, it's an amulet. I can technically. Could I use it as my?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh wait, hold
Oh,
on, I
gosh.
think
Cool. Oh, cool! I'm always holding it.
Awesome.
For now, I'm gonna hold both because the other one has the amulet I had before has all the macros. I don't want
Okay.
to break it.
Mhm.
Logically, yeah, we're good. Oh, yeah, this is... Don't worry, poor Mr. Bones. We will make good use of this, so we will not use it in a way you wouldn't like, I assume. I mean, I don't... maybe he wasn't religious. Maybe this was, like, put down by his weird cousin that was religious.
And from the looks
Yeah.
of things, you're already not using it right by not immediately incinerating me with it.
You're
My
on edge.
the water and ice that I can call forth, I can use to kill all sorts of things. Even all of my friends and my brother.
Well, I can kill all
Uh,
of you as well. Isn't that neat?
What? Don't I,
What?
I mean, just because I can doesn't mean that's what it's being used for. Is what I mean. Cal. I run off toward Cal.
The brothers run
I
off.
wanted to. I just wanted to say that we could climb up there. We want to fast track to the surface. We don't want to wait for those guys to finish undigging the hole.
Or we could, I don't know, help with the whole,
Rask and Cal
maybe?
rush off. Is there anything you guys say to each other? Not often do you get some privacy from your allies.
Ask, you don't mean that.
Of course not. What I meant was that just because it can be used to do something bad doesn't mean it will. The tool, it's just a tool, and how you use it, it all depends on your heart. That's what I was getting at.
Okay, brother. How did it feel to hit Starbrick like that?
Well, my hand really hurt.
Did it feel good though?
I just said my hand really hurt.
I mean, okay.
You mean feelings? It actually did, though. Yeah, I feel like I let out something that was kind of eating at me. Kind of like I got that out, so now I can focus better. Yeah,
Get it all out of your system.
I think so. We'll just have to keep an eye on him.
I agree. He seemed to be very quick to try to make some sort of deal with the other guy, so
Yeah.
you're not here.
I'm not sure I trust him, but
Telepathic stressor.
I don't know. He took the psychic archetype.
uh-oh.
Psychic thaumaturge, let's go.
But yeah, that's all.
Yep.
Hey, you three. I think we found another way out of here.
What do you mean? I'm almost done.
Oh, are you? Okay, never mind then.
Yeah,
there's
if we
another way out, we
climb,
might as well-
it's weird. I don't know if we can do it.
Yeah, there's a hole and there's a dead body under the hole. Well, a skeleton.
How climbable did the hole look, though?
It looked pretty uneven, difficult unless you had some ladder or something. Because it's like one of those holes that's in the ceiling. So how do you climb
Yeah.
up to it in the first place?
Oh,
But it's
a
an option.
ladder? You mean like that?
10 foot, though, huh?
It's about 10
Oh
feet to
my
get,
God.
like, your arms to reach for the hole. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, are you actually almost done? Because we can get out that way.
No, I'm not. Let's go your way then.
Okay, well, lead them back. Past all the burning spiders.
You did some work in here.
We blew him up.
Yeah, I like that. That's my style. No shit up.
Only when it's wanted for.
Of course.
And Cal will take out the ladder and set it up so that you can climb out of the hole more easily.
It's so insane how Aeon planned this ladder so far ahead.
Also, half jokingly, just in case you decide to be that GM, yes, we pick up the rock.
The rock?
the exploding rock.
Oh, no. Not at all. I'm never going to be like that with that. You know me. You fucking played with me
I know.
for
I
10
know.
years.
It's why it's kind of a joke. Kind of a joke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go up. As you guys break through this little hole here, sort of scraping away some of the roots and dirt that, you know, protect it, it's all soggy and mushy, and you're surprised as the first of you get up there, see that all around you there's a lot of this sogginess, a lot of this swampiness around. A lot of trees as well, but also, of course, the accoutrements of a graveyard. Soggy as it is. We need to find some music I should play for this.
Rask actually puts in his earplugs as he climbs before he climbs up.
Do this.
Why is Swords rotating?
Why wouldn't swords be rotating?
As you make your way
I'm
up,
just spinning in the grave.
In the distance, you see white peaks, snow-topped. All around you are those sort of scraggly pines that can survive in a swamp, a cold swamp like this. And here, all around you in the immediate vicinity, is stonework. Some of it faltering, a lot of it unsteady because of the swamp, but whoever made this didn't seem to care if this place would survive aeons further. But it seems like even cemetery itself would decay away, along with the bodies that it so long would carry. And all above you, especially of course for those who lived underground their whole lives, it is as if you are being born again. You crest out of the hole, and when you look up, there's nothing facing you. There are caverns like Ember Shroud that go up far, hundreds of feet up. But here, there is no end. There is no limit. The sky is not the limit, you know that. And there's no discernible limit, east, west, north, south. Those mountains, you could clamber over them. The forest you could walk through. Not like when you're surrounded by rock all the time, being guided one way or the other through tunnels and fissures. Here, there seems to be much more limitless potential, much more to do, many more options. And they all reveal themselves to you readily in the moonlit glow of this land. Even at night, even in this seeming darkness, you'll see, you'll make out the shapes that beckon for you.
I crawl over to a gravestone and hold on to it.
You hold on to the cold, slick stone. The moss sort of gets on your paws.
Irask is kind of breathing heavily, just sort of closing his eyes.
Cal?
Well,
Much more curious about up and the stars above and the nothingness
that
above us.
is. There's nothing. It's beautiful, but. Oh, it is a void. Oh, goodness, there's nothing up there.
Nothing
Is
at
what's
all.
going to be like forever since the sun is gone now, or the light is gone?
Whatever do you mean? The sun rises, as sure as it falls.
They told me it was gone.
I think they were playing you for a fool.
By the way, Kyle, did you know that sometimes you start falling upwards and you end up going straight into the void?
Now, if that was the case, everybody would be tied off on something like a rope.
Which is kind of why Rask is holding onto the gravestone, shaking with his eyes closed.
Fear not the open expanse above you. You must understand that while it is safer below, up here there's less that limits you.
Cal points to the mountains in the distance. Can you go there?
Yes, but it is cold, frigid, dangerous. Nobody really crosses those mountains. Nobody knows what's beyond it because of that. There's no way through, there's no pass like there are on other ranges.
It's so big.
Very much so. Scrape into the sky. They are some of the largest things on this planet, on this world of ours. Nothing stretches higher, in fact, than mountains.
I want to go there someday.
Well, you have the occasion now. You have said that you would help us, but again, now that you are presented with all the options before you, perhaps you think otherwise.
No.
I know you are here
No.
for another purpose.
It's possible that they're interlinked. While we're traveling to learn more, we can always keep an eye out for this other guy.
Very well.
Whatever it is he wants.
Well, what
And-
was your objective when you got to the surface? Where were you trying to go?
Well, he's gonna point to Sfor's staff in the acorn there. That's really our only clue as to the curse.
I am not familiar with that. Are you? The acorn?
I know a bit about it, but I'm sure it has nothing to do with this.
Very well.
What do you mean it has nothing to do with the curse?
Oh, it's just
It has
you
to
got
do
a
with
bunch
the
of these
curse.
where I come from, but I'm sure it doesn't mean anything.
Do you not remember where we found it? That ritual circle and that creature dead on the beach?
Yeah, but you can find these anywhere. Just needs the way to look.
Calson described the creatures that was the body of the creature that was there.
Sounds like some sort of sea creature, but none of us are seafaring. That's out east. The sea.
Well, we can go to the sea and check it then, and maybe we can find something there.
Right.
I'm sure it's not that big.
Rask is finally calming down and takes out his earplugs and starts getting up onto his feet.
It's still very overwhelming, Rask, with all the frogs croaking and the wolves howling and sounds of the night, the ravens calling. It is certainly nothing like home.
Nope.
He's got earplugs on, isn't it? Doesn't he?
Took them off.
He just took him off.
So, as we have not been separated, I suppose we can guide you to our camp. But perhaps you need your time to collect yourselves.
Yeah.
Follow the tree line there. Take a left at that, the largest tree that you can see in the tree line. And you should see a small game path of a sort. Follow that and you'll eventually find us. We need to get back quickly, and I don't want to rush your friend, or any of you, really. We'll see you there. They start to head off, leaving you all alone. Recollect on your experiences. Look up at the sky, and look around you at the mountains, the trees, and listen to the sounds of the world above. So very starkly different than the world below, of certainty. Simplicity, even, compared to all of this. Give yourselves 80 experience points. And it will carry over into the next level, so 60 to start with it. Go ahead and level
Oh,
up.
doing it like that now?
Well, no, I'm just doing it here because you should have gotten experience points for the encounter with the vampire. But I wanted to do it sort of at this spot. This milestone. This
Okay.
huge milestone in the campaign.
Huge.
And I hope
That
you
means
guys
at level 8
understand.
we're going to space, right?
I hope you guys understand the allegory of where you first emerged into the world.
Yep.
Yep. Can't wait for us to all die at the hospital.
I have a question
help.
really
Yeah.
quick. I'm looking at my cringe feet right now.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you post that to chat?
Um,
Oh,
I thought
what
it would be funny.
happened? Love it.
The image? What?
Mhm. Cringe cat. I saw it in the tabletop RPG channel on Discord.
That is amazing.
I was like, oh yeah, why don't I put that on? The cringe. But yeah, go ahead and level up. And for those of you watching, this is where pretty much I want to end. I had a long day yesterday, and I want to get prepared for the night tonight. And I think this is a very good time to stop as well, of course, as the party is leveling up and just got to the surface. Gives me time to prepare a little bit too. But we'll still stay on to do the levels. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask.
May I legally remove everyone's organs? After I was left alone there.
Hard.
And no, you're not all tiny. Even though it looks like it on this map.
Now, I'm looking at either Breach Defenses or Thaumaturgic Ritualist. The question is, I don't think Thaumaturgic Ritualist is going to be useful.
It's
There's not a lot of rituals.
yeah, that's it. It's situational.
Yeah. Breach Defense is also situational, but if I don't have it, I'm going to regret not having it.
I'll probably do my level up, but I might switch my subclass.
Oh yes. You can do that. If you want to.
That was easy.
Do I need Trick Magic Item to use that amulet?
No.
Okay.
Is you have scroll thaumaturgy. I want you to be able to use magic items like it is kind of intended for what you're doing, so yeah.
I feel like I'm being
Thank you.
gaslit by Foundry right now.
What do you mean?
I can't find the Godless Healing feat anywhere.
See.
Do I take Charlatan to make it look like I can cast spells?
They might have changed what it's called. The Godless Healing.
Maybe, but I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I'm debating sinking 2 whole feats into like natural medicine and stitch skin so that there's like someone else other than Starnberg healing him.
You know what, that is strange. They have mortal healing, but godless healing just doesn't exist in the feats. They might have missed that somehow. You can still take
Huh.
it. You can still like copy the text in and yeah. I know it's annoying,
Understood.
but
Elder Scrolls has a card game now?
What?
The Elder Scrolls has a card game.
Oh. Hmm.
Never knew that was a thing.
Wasn't that like 10 years ago?
Was it?
You know what? Yeah, I feel like that was a long time ago that they came out with a card game at some point.
Maybe it's a new one.
And for the purpose of it, move your token like up a little bit if you feel like you're done with leveling.
Maybe using
Well, a
creative
little bit.
diversion
Sforza sends into the
wouldn't
void.
be bad. Because I'm playing Tresor out as that he talks a lot to distract people.
Mm-hmm.
So when I create a diversion, I can become hidden?
Yeah, for the purposes of, you know, stealth and stuff. You become momentarily hidden, and then you need to sneak so that you can be behind cover somewhere. Because you can't just, like, all of a sudden be, like, hidden in broad daylight, you know? It allows you to enter stealth in combat, essentially. Which means you can make people flat-footed. Or off guard.
It's probably gonna take me a while to pick my class feed, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah, we can leave this
I
to
could
next
just-
time, too.
I might
For,
just
like-
take Charming Liar, so that when I lie to people, I can improve people's impression of me when I lie.
It'll be good.
Charlatan's too funny. I think for now I'm gonna take Charlatan.
Mm-hmm.
I might change it before next session. Might not. It's gonna be niche, but the idea of casting a spell and convincing people I'm a cleric because I just cast light, or I just cast that vitality spell and an undead would be hilarious. Oh yeah, that's
I could do an archetype as well, but I don't know what would make sense.
Psychic is hard to archetype for.
Yeah.
Cathartic Mage.
Oh, gosh.
I usually like it when people, like, try to...
Story reason.
I know that the feats are less powerful than fighters, but that's the point.
Yeah.
But they're still feats. They're still gonna be more powerful than archetype feats at the end of the day. Because archetypes require a lot more investment into them.
Yep.
But unless you're going for something specific, I usually recommend class feats.
Yeah. I'm so surprised that Psychic doesn't like have any telekinesis or telekinetic or telepathic stuff at all. It's like, isn't that like part of the point of it?
Oh, wouldn't that be a subclass?
Yeah, you're right.
One of the subclasses, I'm pretty sure.
let's take that.
Okay. So, for the purpose of it, you all recollect about what you have experienced. You've gone farther than most people in your own villages, both for, pretty much for everyone actually. You've been far from home. As you search for the source of the curse that caused so much trouble for your home, make sure it never happens again. You've been embroiled in so many different things. The Entropite, Scale Boss, and now this seeming near finished or near complete war against the invaders, the vampires. Vampires don't seem to run a masquerade, do they? They run full force out in the open, which can be a problem. But we'll see how you guys deal with all of that. On a minor level and on a very major level. The future. That's it, though. That'll be our session today. I'm ending a little bit early because I want to rest a little bit before heading out with my friends. And,
Fantastic.
very good spot to end. So, if you like the map today, the Warrens, that was my map. I make maps. I do that a lot. You can find them on my Patreon, patreon.com/KoboldDM. And that's about it for me. So, Chris, you stream.
I sure do. Hi, everybody. I am Chris Kobold, the player of Rask, and I stream here on Twitch, generally on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 6 o'clock p.m. Central. Kind of alternating between Talos Principle 2 and whatever I suddenly feel like, which might be UFO 50, or it might be Romancing Saga 2. Come by sometime, it'll be fun.
Joanna the 7.
Oh my god, it's so good! I could talk about it for hours. I'm just
But yeah.
kidding, I can't talk about anything for hours.
That'll be it. See you later, guys. We're gonna head off, and we'll be back next weekend, 6:30 p.m. CST. Every
Bye-bye.
weekend, hopefully. Except for Christmas stuff. But yeah, see you guys later. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.